This drive looks...
Now the director of the Prince of Tides, Dave.
Thank you very much. Welcome to the program. If you've ever watched this show for any length of time, you know one thing about me is that I'm always thinking. I'm an idea guy. I'm always looking for ways to make things better. And last night, in the middle of the night, I sit right up in my bed. It must have been 3 in the morning. I have a pretty good idea. Let's postpone. Now, see what you think of this one. Follow me on this. Let's postpone this presidential election. November of '92. Let's just push it back a couple of months, 6 months, whatever it takes, until we get some really good candidates. We have some of the Redenbacher neighbors in the audience tonight. live right down the road from Orville. The big popcorn ranch there. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, last night Elizabeth Taylor, a national treasure, celebrated her 60th birthday in Disneyland in Anaheim, California. And I saw some videotape on the news. Geez, what a festive event. And all around the park they had these signs that said, "You must be this tall to marry Liz." Thank you very much. Hey, thanks, sir. I appreciate that. Nothing means more to me than random hooting. I crave it. I thrive on it. Sylvester Stallone held a press conference today to announce his next motion picture, tentatively to be titled Stop or I'll Make Rocky VI. Wow. Wow. Bless you. Hey, we got a damn good show for you tonight, kids.
Quick impersonation, Keith Carradine in the commercial for Will Rogers Follies. Ready?
Yeah.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Howdy!
Yeah, there you go. The show really hasn't begun, and already some surprise entertainment.
See, quality.
An impression. Do it again, one more time. Let me see that again.
I don't like to do things twice, but I will just for you. Here it is. Keith Carradine in the commercial for Will Rogers. Howdy!
Yeah, it gets better and better.
Howdy!
You know, ladies and gentlemen, every Friday evening for the last 10 years, we've taken out a couple of minutes of the big program to answer the week accumulation of viewer mail. Let me remind you.
Remember that?
Oh, boy, some more surprise entertainment.
The viewer mail theme, Dave.
That's right, the viewer mail theme.
Yeah.
Here it is, actual letters from actual viewers. Let's begin tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Letter number 1. Dear Dave, I am writing you in hopes that you will use my suggestions. 1, quit. 2, let Paul host the show. 3, crawl in a hole and die. Respectfully yours, Stephanie Nauman, Elmwood, Illinois. Oh, my gosh. Thank you very much, Stephanie. What a lovely letter this is. Hey, and you know, folks, now you, too, can receive mail like this thanks to a delightful new book entitled Prozac Pen Pals. There you go. Thousands of listings coast to coast and around the world. Letter number 2. And you know what's fun to do if you're at home watching the show? Count along with me as I count out the letters.
Okay.
Letter number 2.
Letter number 2.
No, Paul, at home if you're watching.
Oh, at home. Oh, I see. Not here in the studio.
Letter number 2. Dear Dave, boo. Did I scare you? Just asking. Natalie Chambers, Davenport, Iowa. This is very amusing. No, of course you didn't scare me. I mean, writing boo in a letter never really scared anyone. Right, Paul? I mean, that would never scare anybody, would it? Paul. Hey, Paul. Paul, let's settle down. It's just it's a viewer mail letter. That's all it is.
I'm sorry, I'm a little jumpy.
Yeah, I guess you're jumpy. Goodness, what a ninny. Letter number 3. at home people. Dear Dave, boy, are you goofy looking. Just some constructive criticism, Brian DeMarco. Damn, I knew it. I knew I was goofy looking. I'm goofy looking, aren't I? Isn't it? Hey,
relax,
give me the mirror there, Biff.
You're not goofy looking. Here's a mirror.
Oh,
Take
good.
it for yourself.
How did you know I wanted that mirror? Oh, thanks for bringing the mirror, Biff. Oh, yeah, you're right. Oh, no, geez, I'm actually pretty, yeah, that's great. Thank God I'm not goofy looking, am I, Biff?
No, Dave, you're not goofy looking, but you are awfully stupid.
Oh, yeah. But boy, I was just thinking maybe if I had a mirror and boom, there was Biff right there with the mirror. Amazing. Letter number 4. Dear Dave, has anyone ever bled to death from a paper cut? I must know. Sincerely, T. Flanagan, Metuchen, New Jersey. It's an excellent question, T. So we put together a little experiment backstage. Let me go check on this. We got a guy who actually cut himself with a sheet of writing paper, and he's bleeding now. Let's just go see if he's bleeding to death. Well, let's just take a second. We'll come back here and find out how it's going. Hi there. Hi, how's it going, Larry? Are you all right?
Fine, just fine. I'm a little bored.
Yeah, right. You say you're a little bored?
A little bored.
Yeah, well, the audience feels the same way. So are you bleeding to death?
Not me. I'm in the top physical condition of my life.
Except, of course, for the mouth. Thank you very much for helping us out with this experiment, and we'll get you a sponge to clean up, okay?
Don't mention it, Elvis. Regis!
Yeah, and I'm telling you, you know you're hot when stuff like that happens. He says, don't mention it, Elvis. Here's the card.
Mention it, Regis.
Yeah, don't mention it, Regis. But you know, in his defense, I think exit might have confused him. I think he saw that as Elvis.
Right, yeah.
I think Elvis. Well, he's lost, he's lost a lot of blood. He's a little woozy. Woo! Man, the place is hopping with surprise entertainment tonight. Let us now do a commercial when we... Kathy Lee. Me, I is Elvis. Well, 2 days ago, one of our friends here at the office, Betsy Steyer, our talent executive. How long has Betsy been with us? 8 years.
8 years.
No. 8 years.
Oh, 8 years.
8 years, that's right. She and her husband, Fred Graver, who at one time was a writer on this program, they met on the show, didn't they?
That's right.
That's right, and they started dating and got married. They had a little baby. Wednesday, February 26th, 1992, 10:49 a.m. Who had the pool? Who won?
Chris upstairs.
How much?
$65.
Wow. It's a baby boy, Harry Steyer Graver, 8 pounds, 8 ounces. What are they laughing at? What did I do?
They're flashing Harry a red on the screen.
Oh,
Harry.
there it is, right there. I see. More of those surprises. 8 pounds, 8 ounces, and the note I have here says that Harry has lovely lips. Now, we have a picture of this, and if this isn't the cutest newborn baby I've ever seen, I don't know what might be. Look at this. Right after he was born, eh? You took this picture, didn't you, again?
It's 8 hours.
8 hours. Look at this. Here's Harry right there. Yeah.
Gorgeous. Look at those lips.
Very beautiful baby. What?
Yeah, look at those lips. They're gorgeous.
Yeah. Now, Gaines, you took this picture, didn't you? The baby has only been on the planet for 8 hours and resting comfortably. You sneak in with a flash camera, a Hasselblad, or one of those portrait cameras, and trips off a flash, and the baby went crazy. Seconds after this was taken, just jolted the poor thing awake.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
That's mean.
That's Harry, but he's all right, isn't he? Oh, thanks. Just go away. Just go away now. Let's see, from the home office in Lebanon, Pennsylvania, I have right here. Anyway, our congratulations to Betsy and Fred, an awfully cute kid there. The category of the top 10 list for tonight, top 10 signs that the company you work for is going under.
Ah.
We're still mired in a recession.
Yep.
Yep. Top 10 signs the company you work for is going under. Here we go, number 10. The company starts paying everyone in seashells. Number 9, the Dairy Queen on the corner is threatening a hostile takeover. Number 8, when you say, see you tomorrow, the night watchman laughs uncontrollably. Number 7, the chairman walks by your desks and says, hey, hey, easy on the staples. Number 6, the initials of your company are GM. Number 5, the conference room has been turned into a chinchilla farm. Number 4, Tartikoff quits. Number 3, conversations at the water cooler are mainly with yourself. Number 2, your boss casually asks if you know anything about starting fires. And the number 1 sign the company you work for is going under, you get a lot of memos in Japanese. There you go. On the program, here's David Steinberg. Sign.
The other one by him, the Oogum Boogum song, in honor of the Ooga Booga.
Booga.
That means something to you then, that music?
Not the music, no. Actually, I don't even know how it relates, except that the title of the song is Ooga Booga.
The title of the song is Ooga
Booga
Booga.
Booga is something that I used to
Yeah.
say when I was a younger man.
And why did you say that?
I thought it would get a laugh.
And did it work?
Well, it did, if you put it in the right situation.
Give us an example of this.
Well, if I played a psychiatrist and someone came down, I said, sit down, I'd like to talk to you, and, you know, whatever your problems are, I'm here to help you. Booga Booga! Like that. That's why I don't do it anymore.
And that whipped the audience to a frenzy. Well, good for you, Elvis. That's the kind of thing they want.
That is funny.
Yeah. Let's talk a little bit about the big campaign here. What's going on? I don't know. Is anybody going to win? Does anybody want to win? Do we want anybody to win? What's happening?
Are you talking about the Democratic campaign?
Yeah, the presidential campaign. I mean, we have the Democrats
You seem
and
to be very upset
Republicans.
about it. Are you, like, angry about it?
No, not really angry. I'm just wondering, is this the way it ought to be? I mean, you have Clinton. He's not even out of the motel and there's trouble. And then you have Paul Tsongas, who was here, seemed like a nice guy, but he seemed frightened.
Yes, he does. Yes. You wonder. Well, first of all, we don't like these guys because they want to be president. You see, no one understands why anyone would want to be president. You know, why would you want to do it? And I always wonder, with a guy like Tsongas, what is that moment when he says to himself, gee, Paul Tsongas, president? You know, it has a ring to it. What makes this particular group of guys are... They sort of remind me of the Jamaican bobsled team. You know, it's all a group of sort of nameless, faceless guys who every 4 years, you know, they get together, they spend a lot of time, a lot of money on what is an exercise in futility. You know, the bobsled team, right? If I might stretch a metaphor. So what the bobsled team does is these guys, they run after the sled, right? And then they all jump into the sled going real fast. A few get in, a few don't. Right? Then that sled in a minute is careening out of control and they're bobbing upside down on their heads, boom, 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 with no chance of finishing anything except last. So to me, it's the same thing. Some people are in
the sled,
yeah. Like Jerry Brown he's not in the sled. No. Jerry Brown is in the luge.
Luge. I thought maybe he'd be down in the lodge enjoying cocoa.
No. He's in the luge. He's in the luge. You know, the luge is an amazing... Jews would never do the luge, you know.
Well, no, I didn't know that.
No, Jews would never get in a sled and come down a hill 70 miles an hour like that. You know, they're just... we're smarter than that. I don't even know, how did anyone ever decide to do the luge?
I don't get
what
that
a good
either.
idea that would be.
And, you know, there's a two-man luge.
Yes, I know. That's a silly thing, too.
For really good friends, I guess.
It's a very, very strange race. I really wonder how these guys got the idea to do it.
Let me ask you a question. What about when I was a kid, and probably when you were a kid, I think we all learn that the nice thing, the great thing about this democracy, anybody really could be president.
Yes, that is probably what did it to them. You know, that lesson that Miss McCrum, your third grade teacher, said, you know, you can, if you're male or female, black or white, rich or poor, Jew or Gentile, you can be president. But what's the reality? Black or white, white. Male or female, male. Rich or poor, rich. Jew or Gentile, Gentile. So what are we talking about? A Republican.
Oh, I see. So if you're a Republican, you could grow.
President.
I see.
And
Well,
you're rich, and you're not Jewish.
that cleans it up
I feel
for us.
very good that I said Jew. Usually, I always mark my appearances by how quickly I say Jew. Because when I'm really nervous, I say Jew right up front.
You get it taken up here. Yeah.
But I waited a long time before I said Jew, and when I watched this at home, I always mark. I said, well, it was going good, but I said Jew like in the first sentence.
Do you have a watch on it?
Yeah, I timed it. You know, if you said to Richard Lewis, you can come on, but you can't say Jew, you'd have nothing to talk about.
That's right.
You'd have no act.
Do the sound again, just quick for us.
Jew.
No. No, the other one. And we're going to.
Booga, booga.
There you go. Okay. We'll be right back. 4 minutes, 12 seconds into the interview.
That's good.
We'd like to see that come down to around 3.5.
Okay.
That's ideally where we'd like that.
But 4:12 is very good.
It's not bad,
No, it's
sure.
very good.
Yeah, if you've been out of training, no, that's a very respectable time.
Thank you.
What else do you want to talk about? You've been anything odd that we should know of that interests you?
Well, the oddest thing, yesterday in the New York Times, in the advertising section of the paper, there was an item, you know that the Pope has a 900 number.
Now, somebody was telling me about that, yeah.
Yeah, now this is a real thing. See, this is why there can be no more satire. When the Pope has a 900 number.
Things are way too goofy.
That is as goofy as it gets. I mean, the Pope, you know? You want to know what I'm wearing under my robe? I mean, well, it's 900 numbers, you know?
Yeah.
Well, what does he say? Touch one if you touch yourself. Touch two if you touch another, you know?
Yeah.
Touch three if it's a venal sin. I mean, what is the ad? What is the ad going to be? Lonely, sinful, Catholic? Why not make a call to His Holiness? Catholic operators are waiting. I mean, it's real. I mean, I'm doing this as if it's a satirical extension, but it's not. I'm going to do Booga Booga to you
Get
in
a time on that satirical extension. You know,
You're asking for a Booga Booga. I know it.
No. You know what?
to
We were talking about the first time when you were on the Tonight Show, I think, as a kid, when the Tonight Show was still here in New York City.
Yes.
And I think it was your first appearance. What year was that?
1969.
69.
Yes.
My
Yeah.
goodness.
Do you remember what you were doing? Were you a weatherman in 1969?
In 1969, I guess I was still in college or high school. I get them mixed up. Yeah, I think I was still in college.
Do you remember your first Tonight Show appearance?
Yeah, it was in November of 78 or something like that.
And did you think you were going to do well?
Yes, yeah.
You did?
Yeah. I mean, you can't, it's a long story, but it's hard not to do well your first time on that show because Carson says, well, he's making his first appearance and, you know, let's make him feel good, get soup and blankets ready and on and on and on.
Yeah. Except in 1969, the show was 90 minutes.
That's right.
It was done here next door. And I was, for some reason, the show was, there wasn't a lot of cable and every guest only wanted to be on the Tonight Show.
That's right. Very powerful show.
Powerful show. And I was bumped from the show 4 times.
Did not get on. They ran out of time.
4 times. You know, my mother said to me, dear, maybe they're just going to say your name. You know, I said, no, I'm supposed to actually be on the show. They said my name all just to torture everyone.
They booked some guests just to mention.
Just to mention it, yeah. So Irvin Arthur, sort of legendary agent, was my agent at the time. And Irvin said, don't worry, tonight you're going to get on the show. I said, well, Irvin, I don't mind if I don't get on the show. It's just that long wait for 90 minutes. Sure. If it's not going to happen, just tell me. So he said, no, you're getting on. I've spoken, Rudy Tejas was the producer. I've spoken to Rudy. You are on the show. Now, on that show that night is me and Tony Bennett.
You're in.
No other guests.
You have to be on that show.
There are no other guests. So I say, well, I've got 6 minutes of material. I think, well, I better think of 4 more. Yeah. I'm going to have a lot of time.
45 minutes, maybe.
Yeah.
Just split it down the middle.
You got it. Get ready. This is the night. So Johnny opens with a Stump the Band that it was an explosion. It wasn't just a normal Stump the Band. The audience was cheering. He invited the person from Stump the Band to come down and sit and chat with him. And that person from Stump the Band was like George Bernard Shaw. Beautiful phrases, talking, great, great. They went to commercial. So I sit here, and when I still got not 10 minutes, 8 minutes, I'm fine.
Yeah.
I'm fine. So now they say, let's bring out, we're almost a half hour of Stump the Band and one guest.
And one civilian, a pedestrian.
Yeah, one civilian. Right. I was going to say Gentile, but I didn't want to get marketed. So now he says, let's bring out Tony Bennett. And I'm sort of half watching because I know I'm up next.
Got to get ready.
But to my surprise, instead of Tony walking to the demeaning singer spot, he walks right down and sits down in the chair.
Oh, no.
And Johnny starts asking Tony Bennett about his life. Well, Tony Bennett is not normally a guy, not Mr. Words.
No.
Tonight, he is the mellifluous, the sass, the vocabulary, the imagery. It was Faulkner-esque. It was so articulate, I didn't want him to stop.
Yeah.
He goes for 2 segments, then he says, and then I met Frank Sinatra. Now, there's a half hour left. We're going to bring out David Steinberg, but let's do one more segment with Tony Bennett.
Yeah.
Tony Bennett goes on talking about his family, talking about his paintings. He's a Renaissance man. I'm impressed. This is great. I say to Irvin, there's 8 minutes left. 8 minutes. I can't do this in 8 minutes.
Right.
Just go tell the producer, no, you're getting on the show. They're not going to do this to you. It's now 6 minutes. They can't do this. You say, all right, I'm going to talk to the producer. He ran over to Rudy Tejas. I hear him screaming and all that, and he comes back. There's like 2 minutes left, 3 minutes. He says, put on your coat. I say, okay, we're walking out. He said, they don't know who you are. You're an up-and-coming star. I told the producer they can't treat you that way. And Tony Bennett, who does he think he is to sit down there and dominate an appearance in that incredible way? I've never seen anything like it. And as he was ranting and raving, in the background, Tony Bennett said very faintly, and now I'd like to sing I Left My Heart in San Francisco. And Irvin said, wait a sec, I love this song.
That's a great story.
We stood there in our coats listening to Tony Bennett.
Let's see. Did we mention you were nominated for a Directors Guild? For what work was that?
For my Seinfeld show that I did.
Oh, good. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
I hope you win. Dave? You know, it's no secret, America. I love people. I'm what you call a people person. And I especially like to make new friends at the drive-thru windows of fast food restaurants. Take a look at this videotape. Hello? Hello? I'd like an order of French fries and some straws and some ketchup. Hi, I'm Dave. You like working for McDonald's?
Yes.
Do you enjoy the food?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Has the shake machine ever gone nuts and killed a guy?
There you go.
Thank you very much. I'd like the best Happy Meal you have. Hi, Lucille. How are you? I'm here for my Happy Meal. You have a family?
Yes, one son.
Yeah? How old is he?
He's 4.
What's his name?
Herman.
Herman?
Herman McDonald.
Herman McDonald?
Yes, he was born in the restaurant in 1985.
He was born in the
Yes.
restaurant?
I gave birth to him in the bathroom.
No kidding. You mean they wouldn't even let you off to go home to have the baby?
Well, I worked that day and I went home and I came back and I gave birth. Came back to pick up my check.
And there you were, right there, Herman
Yeah, right
McDonald.
there.
After they delivered the child, did anybody say, you want fries with that? Filet-O-fish sandwich, please. What kind of fish is this? Is this the East River trout? All right, Lucille, we'll see you. Bye-bye. You boys want some fish? Filet-O-fish, you sure? Here you go. Boys seem kind of dim-witted to me. Oop. Then again, I'm the one who's circling McDonald's. Yes, ma'am. I'd like the veal chop, please. You know Ronald McDonald, the clown?
Yeah.
Do you know him?
No, I don't.
Do you know if he's gay? Hey, we're ordering burgers! A McChicken sandwich.
Any drinks for that?
Yes, I'd like some drinks with that. I'd like some punch. Do you have punch? Yes, it's happening. I'm beginning to annoy myself. Suppose these people are from out of town? I bet you they are. I bet you they're from a different country. I bet you they're from a foreign country. I bet you these people are from Scandinavia somewhere. Hi. Where are you from? They're from Sweden. They're from Sweden. Why didn't I wager on this? I could have won a pile of money. You're from Sweden, aren't you? You know, the United States is the most powerful country in the free world. Yeah, if we wanted to, we could just snuff Sweden out like that, but we won't. We're very friendly. No, we're very friendly. Would you like some burgers? Yep. Okay. Double cheeseburgers.
Oh,
the
lovely.
Best, it's the best America has to offer. Oh, yes, we love it. Bonjour.
Very good.
All right, bye-bye. Lucille, now, we were told we can't come through anymore. Is that true?
Well, yes.
I'd like to take you girls out one night and buy you the biggest, thickest steak in town. How would that be?
No, I'm going to stick with McDonald's.
Huh?
Stick with the burgers.
Lucille, we have some flowers for you. We're going to go commercial. For the last 4 years, our next guest, here she is. Welcome back to the program, Emmy Award winner Faith Ford. Oh, congratulations. When did you win your Emmy? Was it last time around, last September?
I didn't win.
Well, yeah, it says, please welcome back Emmy Award winner Faith Ford.
Well,
You did.
I guess nomination. I mean, they feel like they have to say winner because they want to be nice to me because I've been nominated 3 times and I've never won.
Well, you should win. But nomination is as good as well.
Well,
except
that's
no.
what they say.
Yeah, that's what. If I were you, I would take this introduction and have it notarized, and then just show it to your friends. They say, sure, there you go. How you been? What's new? What's going on in your life? Congratulations on anything?
No. Oh, no, nothing. Nothing. There's actually nothing. I'm not, as far as my career is concerned, nothing's happening yet. I've been auditioning for a lot of things.
Like, what kind of things would you audition for?
Movies.
Oh, you want to do work in film. Well, that'd be great. Yeah, what kind of films? Anything we would recognize, know about?
Well, there's actually a couple of things right now where one of them might actually be a killer.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now, would you want to do something like that?
Hey, you know what? At this point, not to have to play dorky or quirky would be pretty cool.
No, wait a minute. Now you make it sound, now Paul's joke there notwithstanding, you make it sound like you're tired of the character on the show?
I'm not tired of it, I don't want to be tired of it. So it's like you have to do something different and new
right.
to sort of, so you'll be refreshed and
Right.
you can't wait to walk into those doors for work the next year.
It's not good enough that you're on the #1 rated television show in the history of the medium?
I'm not complaining about that. I'm very happy to be working on the show, but it's like you just want more, you know?
My goodness, well.
You just, I mean, you know, your hunger. You know, the whole thing about the acting, you hunger for something more.
You want Candace Bergen's part, don't you? That's what you're looking for. You want to be Murphy.
I'm very happy that she's doing this part, because this year it's like, it's great, because she has to wear all these things with a bird seed. And
She's having a baby.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
She's having a baby, and she gets all the work, and we sort of get to go to work and have just a good old time.
Yeah. Now, also, you worked with David Steinberg. He mentioned that to me when he was out here during the commercial. What did you guys do together?
We did it was a show. It was like a short-lived series for CBS, and Barry Kemp, who produces Coach, he executive produced Coach, he did it. It was called The Popcorn Kid, and it was set in a movie theater in Kansas. Kansas.
Candace. Well, see? You want the job. You want her job. You even want her name.
No! You're going to start a rumor now.
Wichita, Candace.
Set in Kansas City, Kansas, in a big, huge movie theater, and we were all ushers and usherettes.
Yep.
And my character's name was Lynn Holly Brickhouse.
Lynn Holly Brickhouse. That's a nice name.
Did anyone ever see it?
No. When was it on exactly?
It was 86, 87, and David directed us. And I did there was one episode where they had a beauty pageant in the theater.
You have some experience with that, don't you?
I do, yeah. I do. My sister was Miss Louisiana National Teenager.
Well, I knew that.
She's beautiful. Anyway, so my talent was, they couldn't find a talent, but the only thing that I could do was lyrical cheerleading.
Lyrical cheerleading.
Yeah. And
It was a demonstration sport at the Olympics, wasn't it? Now, what is lyrical cheerleading? Is it an actual thing or something you just...
It was the way I learned how to cheer and do, you know, it was like the only talent I had. I did My Way. I did a cheer version of My Way.
You know, I don't think I've ever heard this. I don't know what this is. Is this like rap music or something?
Well, it's sort of like, sort of.
Is it sort of?
And it went like this. It was sort of like, and now the end is near, and so I face the final curtain. My friends, I say it clear, I state my case, of which I'm certain. I've lived a life that's full. I've traveled each and every byway. But much more than this, I did it my way.
Yeah.
And of course, you sort of end in the splits.
Whoa, wow, yes, sir. Yeah, that's a little like rap music. What? We have to do a commercial and then what do we do? No! You mean we're nearly finished? Oh, damn. We'll straighten it out. I'm sorry we've run out of time. Will you please come back as soon as you can?
I sure will.
Always a pleasure to see you and continued success there with Candace. Have a lovely... Button. Number 5. Would you do a number for us, Miss Channing? Number 4. Number 4, we're both going to the 14th floor. How about a hug? Number 3, I'm not just a Jehovah's Witness. I also sell insurance. Number 2, does this smell like root beer to you? And number 1, just ignore Duke. We're going to have him fixed soon. How much are one of these cameras worth? What are these, the TK-47s? How much are they worth? Is it on here? Do we know how much they cost? We don't know.
$90,000.
$90,000 a camera, Hal? It's costing us in equipment $15,000, I guess, for the usage of the program. $13,000 in extra manpower. Manpower. And the whole thing tonight is costing us about $30,000. And as always, ladies and gentlemen, we pass the savings on to you. Let's do our dumb ads. This is nothing like small-town news, by the way. It's a whole different concept. Paul?
Dumb ads. Hey, those crazy ads.
Very nice. Thank you very much. Very nice, Paul.
Those cuckoo ads.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Hal, I'm getting vertigo.
Hold on to the desk.
Okay. The Green Apartments, this ad tells us. Apartments from $190 a month. Jogging trails, barbecue grills, and ducks. You know, I don't care if the kids have to be on the school bus an extra hour. This place has ducks. What are you doing? Thank you very much. Yeah, our associate producer. We're smoked out of the house. Franco-American SpaghettiOs and Lifesavers, $150,000 education sweepstakes. Well, no, it's not exactly a Rhodes Scholar, and no, it's not quite like the Fulbright grant. No, I'm actually here on the SpaghettiOs scholarship. Here's one I know you're going to love. It's the Shove It Hairstyler. You might also want to try their Bite Me Blow Dryer. Valley of the Dolls, 14 hours continuous entertainment, almost nude dancers, and homemade chili. Almost nude dancers and homemade chili on the next Donahue. Why couldn't they just have totally nude dancers and serve canned chili? Home, yard, and car repair, political research in Westchester, 22 years, Rex Frankel. Okay, Rex, clean up the vacant lot, mulch the shrubs, and can you find out how the blue-collar voter feels about farm subsidies? Number 6, Bob Thomas announces, as we see clearly in the ad, Bob Thomas announces Don Murphy, formerly General Manager Bob Thomas Ford Incorporated, has been appointed to the position of General Manager Bob Thomas Ford Incorporated. Bob Thomas Dodge. Oh, that's very nice to hear.
Dave? Excuse me, Dave?
Yes, Dave? Anton.
I want to see if I understand this correctly. It's Bob Thomas who's announcing that Don Murphy is the new general manager of Rob Thomas Ford.
Right.
But wasn't he formerly the manager of Bob Thomas Ford?
Well, Anton, the announcement might come from Bob Thomas Dodge, but it's Bob Thomas that Don Murphy has been appointed general manager of. I'm on my way to the big manure handlers luncheon, so I won't. How are we doing on time, Bob? We're a little late, are we? What's the cameras are slowing everything down? Is it cumbersome? Uh-huh. Here we go, number 9, Hoffman's Gun Center. Oh, this looks like a St. Patrick's Day ad, Paul. You see that they got lyrics? When gun guys' eyes. Paul, you try this one.
I'll take a crack at this one. When the gun guy's eyes are smiling,
that's
sure
very
they
nice.
smile at Hoffman's store. When a gun guy eyes his true love, it's the gun that they adore.
Tom Brokaw is here, and Belinda Carlisle. And tomorrow night, ladies and gentlemen, baggage from interviews. Mikhail Gorbachev, Pat Robertson, George Bush, and Bob Dole. Well, the roll stops here, folks. Please welcome the anchorman of the NBC Nightly News, Tom Brokaw. Tom, are you there? Hi, Tom. Good to see you. Thank you for being here. They're chanting your name.
That's right.
The chant goes up, Tom, Tom.
Well, they might as well, because there are no cameras left in the building for me to do the news.
Yeah,
explain.
Now that's an interesting statement, but it means something else. What else is going on there?
Well, we have robotic cameras.
Right.
And if they don't like what I say, they come and eat my tie and take off my left shoulder.
Now, explain to us what's happened. You used to have 3 cameras up there?
Yep, still have 3 cameras.
3 cameras.
They're run by a single person who operates it a little bit like a joystick that you would have on an electronic game at home from another part of the building.
And are they as versatile as the man-powered, man-operated cameras?
As versatile as these cameras, you mean?
Yeah.
As what we've seen here tonight?
Mm-hmm.
I hope not.
But now, the sad part of this, don't people lose jobs because of this?
No, they're going to find jobs for them in other parts of the building. For example, you've employed some of them here, and there will be others. Bobby says, yeah. Little cynicism there, Robert.
Be a labor action here in the
I'm
studio.
going to miss my friends, actually.
And when does this go into effect?
Well, that's a very good question. Probably early part of next week.
Mm-hmm. Are you comfortable working with these robot cameras?
Well, they don't have nearly the snappy one-liners that some of my pals do. I mean, I could walk into the studio and Bob always had a little joke for me. They don't have that.
Yeah.
No.
What is the advantage?
The advantage is that over the long haul, they save the General Electric Company a lot of money.
Oh, well, thank God for that.
Yes.
Because
there's been a lot of concern about it.
If ever there was a company on its last legs, it's GE.
That's right.
So robotic cameras, I guess the question obviously is, how far away are we from robotic anchormen?
Not so far, I would think.
No, CBS has one now. It's a really cheap joke, I'm sorry.
It was.
I'm sorry. You know, you and I ought to hang around together. We look, I mean, don't we look like guys that you'd see hanging around together?
Absolutely.
Would you like to hang around with me?
Nope.
Tell me about Mikhail Gorbachev. Is it Gorbachev?
Yeah.
Yeah. Was that the most important, most exciting interview you think you have ever?
Yeah, I think so. It's the first kind of one-on-one interview that he gave to a Western reporter after
How did that come about?
Well, we worked on it for about 3 years. I mean, did everything but send small Russian people to his doorstep with envelopes. But when he first took power, we began a kind of campaign through contacts that we had in the Soviet Union, through telexes and letters. And a man by the name of Gordon Manning, who works at NBC, would come in with great regularity very early in the morning because of the time difference and call his contacts in the Kremlin. And we worked on it that way.
Yeah. Where was the interview actually held?
What's about to happen to it?
I don't know. It's nothing. I think it's Hal showing off a little bit is what I think it is.
It does remind me a little bit of the Russian director that we had when we were there.
But where was it held?
It was held in the Council of Ministers, which is deep within the Kremlin, and we walked down the hallway to get there, and the guide said to us kind of offhandedly, that was Lenin's office right there that we walked by.
That's pretty amazing.
That's not bad. Yeah. And we walked into this room kind of gilded with a nice picture of the Kremlin from across the river on the wall, took a look at it, and then came back 2 days later to do the interview.
Yeah. What kind of things did you talk about while you were waiting for things to be set up?
Well, I was trying to put him at ease, which turned out not to be a problem at all. He's very confident with people, and I knew that he'd spent some time in the agricultural parts of the Soviet Union, so I talked to him about being a combine operator.
Right.
And then I said to him, we know that you would like to make an opening statement. We don't think that that's in the best interest of this program. It would be better if you say that opening statement and put it at the very end of the program, or kind of closing remarks.
Did that make him nervous?
No, he just said, I would like to make an opening statement. And we said, but we have negotiated this, over many months with your people who are here in the Communist Party, and we don't think it's necessary to make an opening statement, and so I would hope that you would make an opening statement. And he said to me, my hope is that your other hopes will be better realized than this one. I will make an opening statement. So we managed to take, and I counted up, I had 9 NBC vice presidents with me, and he had the Red Army, and I thought, he'll make the opening statement.
9 NBC vice presidents?
Well, about.
That's
right,
great. That's like clowns getting out of a Volkswagen in the circus. They just keep coming. I want to talk a little bit more about your interview with Gorbachev and also George Bush and Bob Dole and those folks, and anything else you want to chat with. We have to do a commercial. Thank you very much. When you were talking to Gorbachev, now the same telecast went to the Soviet Union, but not at the same time, right? It was delayed a little bit. Was there anything taken out for that version?
One thing was taken out. When I asked him a second question about his wife, he was very succinct in his answer to me about whether or not he consulted with her about matters of Soviet affairs at the highest level, and he said, we talk about everything, and I said, including political affairs at the highest level in the Soviet Union, and he said, you have your answer, everything.
Right.
That was removed. They're very sensitive about that in the Soviet Union. There's some question about whether or not Boris Yeltsin lost his job as the Moscow party chief because he went after Gorbachev, and particularly the role of Raisa. As we sat down,
so they would like the image not to include that he shares everything with his wife?
Yeah, that's right. She's not a member of the Politburo, after all. When we sat down, they had wired him up in a kind of clumsy Russian fashion. And I thought, shall I say something about that or not? And we were kind of just getting started, and I decided that it didn't look real good. So I got one of our technicians up to help him out, and I leaned over and I was straightening out his microphone, and I said, you have to understand, Mr. General Secretary, this is something I have to do in my job every day. And he looked at me and developed a small, cold-blooded smile and said, you would not believe what I have to do in my job every day. So,
did you, there's no way I guess you can get or maybe you can get a sense of what the real guy is. I mean, do you
not much.
Was there any little glimmer of insight that you came away with?
Yeah, that he's extraordinarily bright, and of all the Soviet leaders that we've dealt with in the post-war years, I think this is clearly the best educated man, the most flexible, the kind of, he looks beyond the Soviet borders in a way, but you ought not to have any illusions about him. He's a product of that system. He can be very cold-blooded in his political judgments. He knows that he has an enormous task before him. And he's going to be around for a while if he can survive the first couple of years or so.
Does he wear those real wide shoes they all wear?
No, he's a little better dressed, but maybe kind of on a level of the manager of a Super 8 in downtown Newark. I mean, it kind of at that level as opposed to something. I did say to him at the end, he's so good, I said, look, Mr. General Secretary, you want to give this up? Come to New York with me, I'll make you $1 million in a courtroom every year. I mean, you're a great lawyer. And he kind of looked and said, I think I'll stay where I am.
Yeah. What kind of dough does he make there?
Not very much, but he doesn't need to because everything is provided for him. I mean, if he chooses, his feet don't have to hit the ground. They'll carry him out to his car.
That's the deal I'm shooting for here.
Yeah, that's right. Well, with those shoes, I can see why you wouldn't want your feet to hit the ground.
Let me ask you one more question about this. What should the person pick a small city between New York and Los Angeles? Pick any city.
Muncie, Indiana.
Muncie, Indiana. What should an average person in Muncie, Indiana think of Glasnost?
I think that they should think that it has limitations on it, that he is attempting to change the Soviet system, which has been entrenched now for more than 50 years, and it's a radical change that he's going through, and he wants to retain absolute control at the same time. So they're venting a little bit at a time. They're giving only so much power and so much openness. It's not anything like we have in this country, and no one ought to believe that. It is still an oppressive society, and it will remain that for some time. But there is a little more freedom available to some people now.
So they're just putting a new front on the building.
They're putting a new front on the building, and he knows that he has to make profound changes, but he cannot do it overnight, that it has to be done over a long period of time. And the tricky part is, how does the Politburo retain control and at the same time give the Russian people some more choices, not just in how they conduct their daily lives, but on how they produce agricultural goods and other things.
Jeez, it's all very fascinating. I mean, you're a very lucky man to have had that experience.
No, it's something to watch.
And we didn't even get around to talking about, you know, in 9 months, we'll elect a new president here.
We will indeed.
And we didn't get a chance to cover that.
If anybody shows up.
Yeah. Anyway,
if there are any cameras left to cover there.
Come back more often. You were here like a couple of years ago. It's always nice to see you.
I love coming back.
Continued
Happy
success
to
see you.
Thank you.
Nice to see you. I've been asked to remind you by our producer, Bob Morton, that we have 13 cameras tonight, in case you're just tuning in late. Is that all right, Bob? How about another shot of Bob? Can we have just one shot? Hal, can you free up a camera? Where is he? You got him yet? There. No, that's not Bob. Where is Bob? Oh, there he is. Bob, after the show, come up to the office. Come up to the office and do I Walk the Line. I love it when you do that.
Sure,
it's great. Let's see, to not get the right camera angles on her. Exactly. You know, kids, the U.S. dollar is weaker than it's been in years. Our military strength has fallen far behind that of our enemies, and the test scores of our high school students continue to decline drastically. As part of this overall trend, ladies and gentlemen, please say hello to Kenny the gardener. Kenny?
Kenny the gardener, coming down the street. Kenny the gardener, you're about to meet Kenny the gardener. Kenny the gardener, here he is. Kenny the gardener, he is a whiz. Oh, Kenny the gardener.
Nice to see you, Kenny. You're here on a very exciting night. We have 13 cameras instead of our usual 4.
13 cameras? Mercy!
Kenny, what have you been up to lately?
Well, I've been traveling across the nation, entertaining our men and women in uniform.
Men and women. So you're entertaining the armed services?
No. I've been performing for employees at Dunkin' Donuts.
They pay you to perform in donut shops?
No, I wouldn't accept the money. Even on the remote chance that they might want to pay me.
Well, that's certainly very big of you, Kenny.
No, I do it because I love those brave kids who wear the pink and the brown. They deserve the best. Am I right, people?
That was a reading of that line I never guessed would be possible. Kenny, I think maybe the glue from your hairpiece is seeping into your brain. How about a gardening tip? Kenny? Kenny?
For the first time, Letterman, I'm taking a good long look at you. And you know what I see?
What's that, Kenny?
I see a man bathed in an eerie purple light.
Kenny, it could be those tinted glasses you're wearing.
Hey, you're probably right. Thanks for clearing that up.
Yeah.
I thought I was going nuts.
Well, you might want to get a second opinion. Anyway, Kenny, how about a song before you leave here tonight?
Sure thing, Dave.
Oh, God.
Okay. No.
Cut through here.
Okay, now we got it. I'm going back someday, come what may, to Blue Bayou, where the folks are kind and the world looks...
Don't do that.
On Blue Bayou. Good night, America! Don't let anybody give you crap!
Sorry. I'm terribly sorry. Every time he comes out here, it's like a bar fight just to get through one of these things. Nominated for a Grammy for the Best Female Vocalist of the Year. Her album, Heaven on Earth, just went platinum. Folks, please welcome back the lovely and talented Belinda Carlisle. Look great, you sound terrific, and tomorrow night's the big night, the Grammy Awards. Nominated as Best Female Vocalist for '87.
Yeah.
You pretty excited about that?
Yeah.
Have you ever been nominated before?
Yeah.
Yeah? Did you?
No, we didn't win.
Did not win. So
No.
this is your second
That's
nomination.
my second time.
Does
yeah.
this mean anything really to you? If you win, does it mean anything? If you lose, does it mean anything?
No, not really.
Yeah.
I mean, it's flattering to be nominated, but you know.
Did you buy something to wear? Something expensive? Something exciting?
Yeah, I bought a nice fancy dress.
Yeah.
I never really dress up too much, so I decided I'd take the opportunity.
What kind of dress
up.
did you get?
It's just sort of a strapless kind of.
Oh, please.
Just, you know, sort of like a showgirl type dress.
Oh, a showgirl type dress.
It's not like that. It's like a party girl type.
A showgirl, party girl type dress. Where does one go for these accoutrements? Where? Go to the party girl shop. And do you have things prepared to say if you're chosen to win?
No, I don't think I'm going to win, so I'm not preparing anything.
No, but see.
No, no. I know I should have a better attitude, but.
But you should have something prepared, even if you think you're not going to win, because having something to say is better than going up there and just sort of chewing on your tongue for a period of time.
Say thank you.
Well, of course, say thank you, and thank the people who helped with the record.
Yeah.
You know, somebody from your people, your camp, your group, whoever, whatever you got out there in California, sent me a copy of your platinum record. Yeah, and I was touched, and the longer I looked at it, it's a pretty nice display. It's bigger than this, and it's in a frame and everything. And the longer I looked at it, I was driven with the idea of ripping it open, busting it out of the glass case to see if it actually played anything.
Oh, I don't think it does. I think that they take reject records and paint them up.
Yeah, yeah, that is what they do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was kind of disappointed. But and it turned out that the record has just been spray painted silver anyway. Yeah, kind of a cheesy thing.
Yeah, it is.
How's your pig? How's your pet pig?
I don't have it anymore.
Now, wait a minute.